carrot carrot. Hello, what's up? Stream started.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello. How you doing? How you doing today? Hello. You're doing fine? That's nice to know. So, in today's news, apparently the UK suddenly passed a law that requires internet pages to verify the age of their users before they have access to content, right? Under the veil of blocking access to children to like content not like suited to their age, right? But the issue is that this is also effectively forcing internet pages is not just a prompt asking for the age. You have to ID yourself. Basically, they are asking for your ID. It's not just, are you over the age of 18? It's, give me your ID. Yeah. And it's only that, not only that, but you can either provide your ID or you have to send a scan of your face, basically a biometric. Yeah. Which is really nasty. Yeah. And it seems there is another law that is, yeah, some people just look young. Yes. That's a big issue. Also, there is another law, like very similar to it, that is trying to pass through the Congress on the United States. Yeah. Which is also a big problem because in the UK, it's already causing like issues with service providers. For example, some people lost access to Discord altogether. People have no access to Twitter unless you use a VPN. Yeah. So that's a big issue. In more positive news, there is already a fight back against that law on the UK, and movement is stirring up on the United States. So hopefully that would be enough to stop it. Also, in funnier news, 4chan is organizing basically an operation where they are going to harass Visa and MasterCard to reverse the censorship on Steam and other platforms. And from what I know, they are like the customer support emails and phone numbers are getting like flooded. It's basically a DOS attack, a denial servers, where you overwhelm the point of contact with too many resources, so it becomes like impossible to handle it. Yeah. let's see what happens to that. Yes, the group that caused this, the Australian group of Karens known as Collective Shout, already locked down their Twitter. Yeah. So I suppose they are also under attack. Yes. Also, the government of Japan is like applying like measures against Visa and MasterCard. Yeah. Yes. We will see what happens from that. It's interesting. Ah. Is it me or is it feels like the world is getting like more chaotic? I feel like every day like these problems feel like closer to me. Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome unregistered account, please enjoy the stream.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. How you doing today? Hello. We will start with the boss fight soon enough. Yeah. Just chatting a little bit before the actual stream. You will take chaos over dystopia? Really? It can be annoying eventually, but I know it will result in pushback. I know that for sure. Yes. Yeah, the Visa and MasterCard issue is currently a battleground. Yes. Unfortunately, is known for being relentless. So, also, I heard that the customer support phone numbers actually are paid by the actual credit card companies. So it doesn't cost you anything to actually call them. Yeah. Which I believe is something they will regret quite soon. Yeah, and those two laws on the UK and the United States are under attack also. I don't know how the law on the UK actually passed, because I never actually heard anything about it until it became effective. Yeah. You would think you would hear about it, right? A law that basically forces you to show your ID to actually use services on the internet. Yeah. Also, I have registered to the Dokies game jam. Yeah. I already have a team with an artist and a musician. And it's going to be quite tricky because it turns out the artist doesn't know how to do animations. Are you joining as a VTuber? I have not specifically like declare myself a VTuber, but I'm using my account, my VTuber account, to participate. Yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to like signal that I'm a VTuber at all, because I don't want to bring attention to myself, right? I don't want to be seen like I'm like trying to take advantage of the event to actually bring publicity to myself. Yeah. And we have the artist that doesn't know how to do animations, and a musician that knows how to do music, but they don't know how to do sound effects or how to integrate them into a game. Yeah. So it's going to be quite interesting. Also, the game jam feels surprisingly small. I don't feel like there are many teams in the game jam. It will surprise me if we reach like 20. Yeah. So there is a very good like chance for me to actually place high, which is quite nice. Yeah. How of the game? I have not really discussed this with the other members, but I was thinking about a game that is like a Sly Cooper game, but on 2D. And I want to include like a train chase sequence. That would be interesting. Yes, because Ducky Bird is a master thief, basically. So I was thinking on going with the style of Sly Cooper and make it 2D. And
Hello,
maybe
new
mix
hand
it.
pink waving.
Hello! Hello, Mundo. Welcome, welcome. I was planning on mixing Sly Cooper, make it 2D, and mix the mechanics with something like Mark of the Ninja. I believe that was the name of that game, right? Mark of the Ninja. And give it a very like retro feeling. Maybe the art style, given the artist we have, I believe the art style will lean towards the game Child of Light. I want the gameplay to be closer to Sly Cooper and with the general feeling of that game. And the gameplay may be something like Mark of the Ninja. Is that the correct game? Mark of the Ninja. Let me check. Real quick. Yeah, exactly that one. Yes. So it would be Marco the Ninja with like the aura of Sly Cooper and the art of Child of Light. The music will be kind of jazzy, very Grand Haste style. Yeah. That's what I have in mind. Whether or not the other teams like agree to it is a different thing. But given like the interactions, I believe I have a significant amount of weight because I'm going to be the one putting the whole game together. Yeah. That's the idea I have. Whether or not we can actually execute it is a different thing. Yes. What do you think? Do you like the idea? I don't know if I can actually execute all of that in like 2 weeks of the game jam, right? Yes, I can see the game in my brain, especially the train chase scene, but I don't know whether or not we can actually execute it. Yeah. Well, the thing is that the game jam has like its own like time limit, right? So I don't have like a choice on the amount of time we have. It's more about how much we can actually produce in that given amount of time. Yeah. I'm already like streamlining stuff in my head. Like, okay, I can reuse this animation if we divide it this way. If I establish a nomenclature, I can avoid repeating stuff, and I can just make a program do the job. For the background, I can just set it to like very foggy, and that way we don't have to worry about making too much art in the background. Yeah. The sound effects is the part that is like the one that worries me the most. The characters, I can make them like very chibi like, and that would be like good enough to make things like look very good. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a artist piece. Yes, but I want to, at the very least, deliver something that can be like played from start to finish. Yeah. My brain is already like programming everything. Yeah. It would be fun. I wanna see how far I can do stuff. And this time I will be like ignoring art completely, and I will focus on making the game 1000%. Yeah. I will need to like write the design document like at the speed of light. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Also, hello, they said hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm already like thinking about it. Given the fact that it's a game jam and the fact that basically we cannot really waste the time of the judges or lucky birds when they actually play the game. It's going to be a 100% action game. There won't be like any puzzles, I believe. You're going to exit and appear throughout the stream? That's fine, don't worry about it. Yes. It's fine. Talking about that, how about we jump to the developing part of this? Yeah. Give me a moment, I need to open my editor.
Carrot, hello, what's up? Stream started.
Hello.
Hello, Mew hand pink waving. Good luck with that.
There we go. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Ouch. It is on, apparently. Okay. So where were we? Oh yeah, I was making the boss fight. Let me open my little reference real quick. I have links going from one place of my computer to the other side. All over the place. Okay, so we designed this boss fight right here. Basically, we have this rose-like monster, right? That will be the one we will be fighting. It has several attacks. One is basically a vine that goes across the whole battle arena, serpentining like that, creating like a wall of spikes, right? And then those spikes will dry up and become the regular like thorns we have seen throughout the dungeon, right? We will have like these rosebuds that will be like shooting like seeds around the battlefield, right? When one of those seeds flies across flames, it will light up into fire, and you can bounce the seeds with the sword to redirect them. You will use the seeds on fire to do extra damage to the flower. There will be also spikes shooting down from below. And we will have a root like slam that will stun the player whenever it happens. Yeah. A desperation attack? Like what? Yeah, but what would be the attack? It's fine if you want to like propose a desperation attack, but it doesn't really tell me much about what the attack would be. Hmm. The only thing I could really think about it would be like a shockwave, maybe. Like maybe on the origin where the plant is, we can make like something like this, and like a signal that something's coming, and then from there we will shoot up the spikes. A harder variant. That could be another option, actually. Yeah. A harder variant. I could make like... Okay, so we have these like vines that basically is going to like crisscross around the battlefield like this, right? Then they will dry up and you can burn this. Like walls started to close in, but instead of walls it was thorns. That makes me imagine a combo where we like shoot the spikes around the like battle area, trying to like make the movement for the player restricted, and then we spawn a bunch of like the pea shooters, the seed shooter, that then attack the player wherever he is. The issue with making the guard turns is that you can burn them. That's the whole point of the turns mechanic. I'm trying to imagine what to do, because we have these like turns crisscrossing through the area at random, right? So that would make it this fight like already kinda weird, in like there will be a lot of spamming in random directions, right? Then you have the pea shooters that would be like happening a certain amount like of time. Maybe you could have it on a timer. I could make a sweep, like you have the root come and slam, right? The place, and then we do like a wipe like that, right? So it would be the slam and then the wipe in one direction or the other. Yeah, maybe it's too much for the second boss, now that you mention it. The other thing I could do is just simply make like the body of the boss immune to the sword, right? You need to do the use the seeds in fire to actually make it have an effect. If I add a bit between the boss and the arena, I had to make a floor below that. Yeah, because that means the player can fall. Yep. So that's an issue. Use a wall of turns and don't write them? Yeah, that could be an option. Yes. Okay. I suppose we can start with it, and if we feel like it's not enough, we can modify it. Let's see then. So we have our little boss arena. I already made a variation of the turns. This will be our boss, right? We have the thorns. Let me make a folder for the boss. So we have the boss and the thorns, right? And I need to make a spawner for the thorns. Let's see. Objects we will call you object turns spawner. Turn spawner, let's call it fresh. Fresh turn spawner. Okay. So what will we do on the spawner? Let's start by checking if the boss is still there. If how did I do that again? Let me check the doors. The doors check for the boss. So we use instance exists boss. Okay. So we can trigger this while the boss exists. So while the boss exists, let's wait what? 2 seconds? Have I decided on the design? Not really. I want it to be a flower. Preferably a rose. Yeah. But I'm not like strictly set on like the specific like design of it. You can suggest like designs for it. Yeah. The design of the Sculpture avatar. Yeah, basically that's the idea, but a rose instead of a sunflower. Basically, yeah. The thorns were healed in the arena a bit. Yeah, indeed. That's indeed true. So, instance. Actually, to make this a little bit cleaner, let's call a function and let's call it spawn turn. Maybe set a more forgiving timer. A rose with an eye or mount in the middle. I feel like that could be a bit too much. Like a piranha plant. But it could work, yeah. Instance create add layer. Let's make this on the instances layers. We need X and Y. Okay, we have X and Y on that layer. The object will be object underscore fresh turns, not spawner, just the turns. Turns fresh. That will be it. We need to change X and Y. And you have considered turns will take some time to dry and burn. Yeah. I can adjust the drying timer also. So this will be a 4. Let's call this horizontal. H. Right, and we can choose the direction. Miraculous buttermilk of the sunflower Sagato tree has thorns, but the rose romina doesn't. That's true. That's actually weird. Huh. Okay, let's do it. How about I just receive a direction? Right, and we will say switch. Given the direction, we will trigger a specific function. So it would be case direction noun. So we will go from for bar I equals 0. I under room 8. I equals to I plus 32. Okay. That way we spawn on a next that we don't know and going downwards. Okay. Yeah, we would have to choose a position. That's indeed true. Let's see. Given the current map, if I go for the this thing would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it would be between 1 and 14. So I could say bar start is going to be rand integer between 1 and 14. I believe that's the correct function. Am I random I? Randomize. Wait, what was the... Hold on, let me check the manual. Oh, I see. Okay. So it would be I random. It was the other way around. So we want a number from 1 to 13, from 0 to 13, excuse me, plus 1. So we skip the first spot. And that's where we start, right? this has to be multiplied by 32. That's the size of my cell. Right, that's the start. So we will start at this X, and then we will move on this I times 32, right? But this will probably put turns over the walls. So what I need to do is start this on 1, and instead of room height, I will do it room height minus 32. And I believe that would work in theory. And let's make a timer. So fire rate, F rate. Let me increase that. We create the variable over here, starting at 0. And once we fire, we reset the fire rate. Our fire rate, let's put it to... let's start with 3 seconds. That would be 180 frames. And then we just spawn. And I will just give it the direction we are using currently. Right? Now that we have this object, I can go over here and place it. Wait. I can just place it outside. Right there. Let's see, let's see. It's not doing anything. I know why. Because this thing right here doesn't inherit from the boss parent. Where are you? Game manager door controls boss parent. There we go. I grab that and go in. Oh, right, I forgot. It has the... well, it's like placing them. It's not like doing it correctly, but it's placing them. Ow. Let's see. Let me override this so we don't get the wolf in the boss fight. And let's see. So currently what it did, this thing, is that... Let me close all this. I have so much stuff open. Actually, I'm just going to close that one and open our spawner. Okay. So here it triggered once, went into the spawn, right? Triggered this. This should have like executed. Going from 32 by 32. and creating on the instances the turn. Actually, this is wrong. This should be going one by one. And this check has to be a bit different. There we check if we are past the correct size. Like that. That would be the correct way to set that up. Let's see. There we go. That didn't look very smooth, but it works. It's working. Yeah. I just need maybe to rotate the turn. Okay. So let's see, var underscore instance equals to this. And then our instance is going to get the angle, image angle rotated. And let's see this one right here. This thing is going to get rotated by 90 degrees. Yeah, that looks good. So let's set it to 90 degrees. Right? But now I also believe it's like placing the turns on top of each other, right? Which is not really good. Let's increase this timer to 300. I want it to be slower. So I need to check if there is like a turn in the way, right? So if instance place on the spot where we want to place the thingy, we check for object underscore turns fresh. If we have already one there, we will break the cycle. So we will not place a new turn right there. Also, I kind of want to make this like slower, not instantaneous. So how about how do I make this like do it one by one? Let me think. Okay, I would need to separate the spawning from the core. So function spawn turn would be receiving an X and a Y for the location. And we need an angle, right? So we will grab this. The angle will be right there. We have an X, a Y. I don't need a 32. We don't need a break. I will use a return. Also, we need the X and Y over here. Okay, that checks for the location as spawns. Let's call this sequence. And I will receive nothing. I don't need it. We will have an increment in X, not that equals to 0, an increment in Y equals to 0, basically to tell the direction, right? Let's move this start to the global variable right there. Actually, let me just call it start equals 0. Okay, so the sequence will be going like this. It will check if we have an increment in X greater than different from 0, or an increment if we don't have an increment on either of the directions, we return, we do nothing. If we if we are done, we also do nothing. So first we set a start to random, right? Then we don't bother with the directions, right? We are going to try to spawn a turn on a start comma index with an angle the angle will be set also, so I don't really need this. This one needs to be somewhere else. So we speed the thing, we increment the index, right? index plus equals the increment we have. That would be var underscore increment will be equals to the increment in x plus the increment in y. And then we add that to the increment right here. Wow, this is harder than I thought. Hold on. What am I trying to do? I am trying to like make the turns spawn one at a time instead of all at once. Yeah, this is not going to work. Yeah, we need a switch right here with the direction at the very least. Then we increment and we check if our index is greater than room height minus 32. We set done to true. We set x to 0, y to 0, and start to 0. So this is what would do exactly. Okay, so on the step, once we trigger the fire rate, right, we set the start to something, to where we want it to go, right? Then we set done to false, and we assign increment. The increment would be on y, and it will be of 32. And below here we simply call the sequence, a trigger. Right, in the sequence, I will check also for the fire rate. If our fire rate is greater than 60 every second. Below 60, we return. If not, we increment the fire rates. No, the fire rate is already increasing. If we are above 60.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome Figwam, please enjoy the stream.
Hello, Figwam. Hello. Welcome. F rate equals to 0. Yeah. We restart the F rate right here. Here we select the increment. We go in the direction. I also need to set the angle. Okay. Angle will be 0 right here. I forgot about that. And over here, the angle would be 90. Okay. We don't have a done over here. Okay. So what is going to happen here is going to be this. We will be checking for the fire rate, right? Constantly. Right? Once we reach 300, that is 5 seconds, we will set all these values to prepare for the spawning on the turns, right? We will select cell to start with. Then we will set the dawn to false. We select the increment we are going to move with and the angle of the spikes, right? Of the turns, excuse me. Then on sequence, this will be executing all the time. We will check if we have an increment, if we are done or not, and if a second has already passed, right? If this is correct, we reset the fire rate. We check the increment we're going to use. Depending on the direction, we spawn the turn on a specific location, right? Then we increment our little position. And if we are done, if we are already outside of the bounds of the room, we reset everything and await for the next direction to go, right? And this function simply takes that information and spawns the turn. Let's give it a try. So we go into the boss room. It should be 5 seconds. It's already been more than 5 seconds. Oh wait. I just noticed there is a big problem. Basically this condition right here. If either of these is 0, we return, right? Which is not a good thing. Why? Because there is going to be one of these that is always 0, either way. So I need to make sure if both of them are 0, then we return. Okay, grab that, go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, Crash. Lovely. No set from reading it. Index. Did I not initialize index? Index is here, is there. I didn't make an index. Lovely. I also need to restart index on 0. Like that. Okay. One more try. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And nothing happened. Did I forget to set something? Let's see. Done is false. We set the start, the increment. I can set the index at 0 since that's where we are going to start. F rate is 0 and that's incremented over there. Oh, maybe it's because it skipped over the condition here. That could happen right there. We select a random value for the start. Set to false, set the angle. This should be correct. On the sequence, we check for the increment values. That I set one right here to 32, so that should pass. That should be false, so we pass. This right here will eventually become true, so we go in here, we set that to 0, grab the increment. We check the direction. That's the issue. The direction is none instead of down. Okay. Let's give it another try. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. That's looking quite nice. Yeah. It's working. Yeah. The only issue is that we are like going over the wall. So I kind of want to fix that. Let's see. Index we start at 0. So instead of starting at 0, how about I increment it to 32? Would that be correct? Currently it doesn't do that much. So rather than starting at 0, we could set it to 32 at least. To skip that thing. So it will start at 32 and then go down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks way better. Nice. That one does harm me. It looks quite nice actually. Okay, that's looking good for the vertical. Let us do the other ones. So, let's do this but going the other direction. this would be up. Right? Actually, we don't actually need the direction right here. Okay, let me check. Here we need to choose a direction for sure. So there is going to be a choose from dir dot down or dir dot up. Right? And depending on which direction we are going to set a case direction dot down, and I will place a break over here. Okay. Okay, so F rate 0 is always going to trigger, so I can just put it over there. Done is always going to go into false, so I can always just move it up. The start here is going to change. Let's see, case direction up. Okay. So let's see. This is going to be the same. The index is going to be on the other direction. So we will go from room 8 minus 32 upwards. So the increment will be negative. The angle remains 90. But maybe I could just change it to 70, just in case. Yeah, the segments are having over here. So over here we don't really need the thing there. I can just remove this one. We can just spawn it and that's it. That's not true. We are going to need it. That's a lie. I just noticed the detail. Okay. So let's check it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, nice. The only issue is that it didn't stop before the wall. Then it goes the other direction. Oh, it seems to be not triggering. Oh, wait. Right, because I'm not setting the done right here. Okay, let's set a new variable here. Condition, excuse me. If that is true or index is below 32, that is, we are like on the wall or beyond, we just cancel the movement and continue. Yeah, it basically never stopped spawning like spikes into infinity. That's what happened there. Now it just simply stopped. Wait. Oh, it's because this is the other way around. Whoops. That right there. Ah, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meow. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Well, it's still going a little bit too fast. But it is working correctly. Yeah. Okay. Let's modify the spawning speed to be slower. And let's see. Now let's do the other directions. I kinda want to cut down the timer also. So let's reduce this to how about I set it here? Let's make it no, let's set it over here. 300. What do I call this? Trigger. Timer, and it would be 60 times a number, and that would be let's set it to 3 seconds, and I can set these to that, and let's call this spawn delay, and I will set it to 60 times 2, and it would be the same nomenclature. Yeah, we'll set it to only horizontal and vertical. Okay, and here I will just make the trigger timer right there. And spawn delay, I will put it right there. Okay, let's make the other direction. So, on this case, we'll be going to the right. The start would be, let's see, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. It would be from 1 to 9. Okay. Okay, good night, Ricardo. Sleep well. Good night, good night. Rest well, Ricardo. And this won't be the room height. It will be... we will start at 0, at 32, excuse me. And this will be incrementing on 32. The angle will be at 0. And over here on the function, when we go right, we will be going not like this, but the other way around. Like that, because we're moving on X. Right? Actually, I don't need to pass the angle. This angle, I can just set it right there. And I can remove this from here. There is no need for me to have the angle there. Let's see if it actually works. Direction right. And I will remove the... I will leave the up. Let's see how it looks. Replicable case statement found. Oh. Right. There we go. Let's see. Okay, the up is working. Ah, the right just stopped short right there. Huh. Yeah, and the speed of the spawn is still really fast. What's happening is that this condition I have right here is causing issues. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is set a limit. So let's call this function reset. And what I'm going to do is just use pass all this over here. So I don't have to like copy and paste that code. And I will just call this reset. So we have this triggering for when we are going down, and this one when we are going up, right? So what I'm going to do is make a switch. It will be the same there. Is direction dot down, and we will check here if this particular thing triggers, right? And then we will reset, break. If not, we will check this case direction dot up, and we will check for this particular case right here. And then we reset, and then we check case direction dot right, and we will check if our index is greater than room width minus 32, and then we'll reset. And I can delete this like that. That way we set conditions for each case in particular. So now it should work. In theory, that's the up. There we go. It's still going really fast. Huh. Oh, I see. I screwed up right here. Let me lower this to 60 frames again. And let's do the left next. Left. Okay, so case left. So in this, we would be having the same position as the right, just we will go in on the opposite direction. It will be moving. Actually, I don't need an directional increment like this. It can be just increment. I have an extra variable I don't need. And this would be negative. Over here I need to fix this to be non-existent. Increment has to be different than 0, so I can just have that like that. Let's remove this. And we have the increment plus increment. Yep. And we just need to fix this over here. Like that. And I believe we are good. Yeah, okay. This is negative. We start at 32. No, we start at room width minus 32. So we go from right to left. And then we go left. Right? The angle is 180. And over here, we will have the same, basically the same case, actually, because we're moving horizontal. And this case is going to be special. Let's see. Left. We will stop when index is less than 32. Yeah. Okay. Let's give it a try. One, two, three. Crash. Lovely. Let's see. And on the job underscore increment, not set from reading. On where exactly? Line 34 of create. Line 34. Oh, right there. There we go. Okay, let's see. Now that's a bit too slow. But it's working quite nicely. Yeah. Then we wait 3 seconds and it happens again. Now from the other direction. Nice. Yeah, it's a bit too slow. But it's working. Yeah. Okay. Let's change the spawn delay to about half a second. "30 frames. I believe we are done with the directions of the spawns of the different turns. That's faster, but not fast enough, I suppose. I suppose I will cut it in half again. Yeah. Okay, let's cut that in half again. And let's make the turns become the other kind of turns. Let's see, step. So if f rate is greater than the k timer, the k delay, then we change our state to dying, so we will need a state. So state equals state dot dying, right? So we need a state over here. F rate equals to 0. State, I will set it to idle. Okay, we switch to dying at the end of the animation. When animation ends of the state of dying. Actually, I can just switch this. If state equals to state dot dying, we change the state to death at the end of the animation, and on the state of death, Not at the time? I actually don't know. Let me check. I never actually thought about checking that. Oh, there is a delta time. Huh. What the hell? Why was I not aware of this? This variable returns the frame delta time, which is the time difference between the previous frame and the current frame in microseconds. Yeah, delta time is real time. Huh. I need to check exactly how this would affect everything. Huh. Yeah, the weight doesn't have to be like stuck to the... Huh. I might need to refactorize my code to use this particular variable. Yeah. You are indeed correct. I just don't know exactly the difference here. I need to research that a little bit more. Yeah, I need to understand it first. Okay, we switch to the state of that, and then we simply instance create at our current location and depth. We will create object underscore turns.
Found the stream in my feed after participating in a game jam. Looks cool.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome Nem. Please enjoy the stream.
Welcome, Nenem. It looks cool. I'm glad you like it. I'm currently trying to make a boss fight. Let's see. Object turns. I'm really bad at writing that. Okay, we spawn the turns where. So that would at the end of the animation, it will actually trigger that. And the dying will trigger on the decaying, right? The delay is going to be over here. How many frames do we put this? How about we set it to 30? Half a second? Okay, let's give it a try and see how it looks. Okay, let's see. So it should spawn this. It's not doing anything. Oh great, I see. Did I ever actually... I never actually increased the fire rate. F rate. Yeah. Okay, also I forgot to add the other directions over here. So we have a direction down. Direction up. Right and left. Okay, that should account for all the directions. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh, nice. It's actually working. It's just that... You can actually see it spawn below the other ones. It's just that I forgot to destroy the actual original turn. So instance underscore destroy destroy. So it self-destructs. And I need to make a bigger delay for the decay because right now it's a bit too fast. How about we set it to 5 seconds? Let's see. That looks quite nice actually. Yeah. There is a small delay before the tones go in the other. Yeah. I like it actually. I don't know why it's just throwing left and right. It should be throwing on the other directions also. Oh, it just placed two on the same location. Yeah, it's only going like left and right. It's not going up and down for some reason. I did that the direction, right? Yeah. Up, down, right, left. Yeah, those are right. That's weird. Let me do a little cache cleaning and let's give it another try. Okay, it's going left or right. Okay. Right or left. Okay. Left or right. Huh. That's odd. He's not doing it up and down. That's weird. Instantly killed. How about, what if I mix this up? If I move these over here. Yeah, it's a bit weird that it's not actually like randomizing that. There is the vertical. Okay. That's not the way it should be drawing. I need to correct that. Okay, now it's doing vertical on left for some reason. Okay, let's do this. Instead of letting the program like choose, how about I just cycle over them? So I will just call function next there. And I will say switch there. Case there dot down. Then I will return there dot right. Case there dot right. Then I will return there dot left. Case there dot left. Then I will return there dot up. Case there dot up. We return there dot down, and the default is going to be to return there dot down, just in case I don't set the values correctly. And then I just say next here. Yeah. Let's see how that's though. Let's see. That's nice. We got that one. Then we go on the other direction. Okay. Then we get the one down up. Then we get up down. Nice. Now it's working properly. I need to fix that problem with the angle. Oh. So let's see. I just need to fix the angle or of the spawn. So over here, I will need to say, hey, give me the value of the instance, and I will set the instance dot image angle to my image angle so it gets preserved. And that should be enough, in theory. Let's see. That's horizontal. Okay. Okay. Vertical. There we go. Now that's looking just fine. Yeah, that looks quite nice, I would say. Ah, now I'm trapped. Nice. The intersections are... That's actually normal. You wanna know why? It's because when two turns intersect, in the wolf boss fight, they destroy each other. So it's normal that that happens. Yeah. That's actually normal. Yeah. It doesn't look good, but it's actually normal that actually happens. I would need to make a cross-shaped one, yeah, basically, to make it look good. Okay. Let's see. I was thinking on... Okay, so we have the thorns, right? Now, and we have the decay. So we now need the seed shooters, because we already have the things right here. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe I should make like one of these. Yeah, and impale it from the ground. Just imagine how would that look. Hello. Okay, it was just like it was actually something on my connection. Yeah, that was weird. Huh. Yeah, it seems like they were throttling my VPN for some reason. Huh. It happens randomly. I don't know why. My IP doesn't really like when I stream, apparently. I suppose. Maybe I should reduce like the amount of information I'm sending to YouTube. Maybe. I will try to cut it by half. Maybe that would be better. Okay, so we have the turn rate, right? Right here. That is the one we use for the wolf. Maybe I can call that one. Instead of rate, I will say turn target. Spawner. Okay, so let's see. What I'm going to do is basically something similar to this. We are using spawn right here with these like limits. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. So we will have room limit. Room underscore limit on X. A low limit. That would be 48. And a high limit. And we will call this room width minus 48. Right, and I will do the same for the Y. Basically limiting the target area to the room, the battle area. And then I will just simply spawn what I want, right? Let's set it the spawn to how about I simply do this? I need FF rate. Let's make it to 0. And on this step, what I'm going to do is simply if the F rate is greater than or limit, I just call it a timer. I will set it to about 5 seconds. And greater than a timer, what I'm going to do is instance underscore create X and Y, the depth is just going to be the depth, and the object, it will be an object we have not created. I will call this the targeted turn spike. Right, and I will also create the turn spike rate bar underscore, that's not a bar, the instance. I will grab it, and the instance I'm going to set the amount to about 5. Right? And this one in particular is going to be grabbing the position of the player, object underscore player .x, and we will do the same for the y. We will span arrow at this object. This one would be, let's place this outside the room because I don't want it inside the room. Let's place it, actually let's just leave it there on my position. Okay, so that will cause something specific to happen. Let's make the targeted object, where are you? Right here. So targeted object. Okay, and this sprite is going to be our target right there. And what we'll be doing is we will have a F rate of 0 right there. And here the only thing we are going to do is after 2 seconds, that would be 180, F rate greater than 180, then we simply actually no, I can make this more simple. Hold on, I can just delete this, yeah, and delete that, and I will simply make a check on animation, right? So if our state actually I don't even need this. I can just say once your animation ends, you will instance create at your position on this depth a object underscore turn spike, and self-destruct. We don't need anything else. And what I can do here is that I can open this and I will just duplicate this. 3, 6, 3, 6, 8. Okay, I will change the sprite speed to 8 frames. So I'm going to simply delete this like that, just to make a simple animation. 4, 6, 8. Three, 6, 8, 10. And then I'll just remove the corners. And that's our little animation, like this. Right? Once the animation ends, it will set the struct, spawn a spike, and it will shoot the spike up. Yeah? And this will just spawn spikes randomly. Right? And here I just need to set the timer correctly. F-rate ++. And yeah, then I just place this. Where are you? Tone spawner. I just put it here. The spawner. Let's see if it doesn't break immediately. So I don't see it triggering. Oh wait, did I put the wrong instance down? Wow. I need the turn spike, not the other one. Wait, no. Turn spawner, not the turn spike. Yeah, it was double because I put two of the things that spawns turns. Oops. Let's see. Oh, wow. Now that's an epic attack. Abort. It crashed. Okay, the issue here is that I forgot to reset this. Right to 0. So it started spawning all that. Yeah, it crashed. Oh. Ow. You can see the one that is targeted, right? Ah, it crashed. State not set from return false, state defense, check block. Oh, it's because the turn spike doesn't have a state. Hold on. I can fix that. Yeah, I just adding a state. It's because now there are attacks like interacting with each other, which is causing issues. Yeah. Ouch. That looks quite nice, actually. Ah, crash again. Pronounces back, no set in state on non-objects. On line 94 on the step event. Hmm? Oh, here? The spec does have a state. So maybe it's because it's contacting something that doesn't have a state? Hmm. That could be an option, but I prefer it when there is chaos. Because it makes it so things are more like chaotic. Yeah. So it's not like this, it's something else is breaking it. Let me place a debug. Ah, I forgot I had some breaks here. Okay. Now, let's see. What is exactly happening here? Oh. Ow. Maybe it's when the spikes... Oh no, it's actually not affecting the turns at all. Interesting. Maybe it's when it hits... No, that's not it either. Oh, ouch. Ow, 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 ow. Ah, we have an error right there. What happened? Non object state not set for in the block. Check block line not state equal defend. Return false. Okay, so it's basically triggering on the attack script. Yeah, it's on the block script. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Right there. Because we don't have actually a one of these. So I can check if instance variable. Was it the name? I don't remember. Instance variable instance exists. And I will just say state. If you don't have a state variable, you return false. Yeah. That should solve that issue. Just a little variation. Hold on. Let me check one message real quick. Yeah, I'm checking the messages from the Doki's Game Jam. Yeah. Okay, let's put it to the test then. I think we found another artist that might be willing to participate. Transform me statement. No variable exists. Oh, I need to specify who. For some reason. ID. Okay. Currently, we have two artists. The present one I got says she wants to do the background, and this new artist would be focusing on animations. Yeah. Ouch. Okay, that looks good. We got another crash, unknown variable HP. I see. Okay, so basically the issue is that when we trigger the attack, we are hitting something that doesn't have like the expected variables, but is still like... Oh wait, I think it's still interacting with the battle. Mechanics. Oh, wait. Is that the boss because I removed these variables here? Yeah, it's probably the boss that is causing the issues. Let's see. Let me stand here, so... Yeah, the spike now didn't argue at all. Yeah, I think it was the boss. The issue. Ow. Wow, it's actually very hard, huh? you get hit once and is complete spam of damage. Of damage in general. Yeah. Okay, we have the spawn of those things. I was thinking that maybe I should modify the spike rate, this one, instead of shooting directly the spikes. We could just shoot the targeted thorn spike. Yeah. So object underscore targeted thorn spike to make it more like clean. It's hard because the thorns reduce the area where you can avoid the spike. Yeah. That's the idea. Now that looks more manageable, right? Wow. You had to burn the boss here? Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's actually very interesting, this, because of the way the game is set up. Actually, you have the advantage, in theory. Let me show you why. Let me just modify the player a little bit. Player. To enable the torch. Because our save games currently don't work. Okay. So look at this. We can burn this, right? Quite nicely. And it triggers like a chain reaction if you do it correctly, right? Ow. I need to fix the fire because it doesn't look good. You can see how it chain reacts like that, right? Ow. And the fire can for the boss. So basically, like this turn right here, that made like a line very close to the boss. You could like change the fire to go towards the boss. Maybe it's a bit too spammy. I will increase the timers. Our timer here is 5 seconds. How about we set this to 10? And the other one, let's set it to 6. Yeah, sometimes are bugged. Yes, I need to figure out why that is happening. They shouldn't be like burning forever. You can see the fire spread like that. Nice is when they get hit by an attack that the fire gets like hooked out. Yeah. From the spike. Basically, it resets the turn state. Ow. I need to perfect a little bit more the burning of the thorns because they don't look like they are chaining as I wanted them to chain. Yeah. Yeah, we'll literally burn the whole area. Yes. That's basically the idea. Ow. Yeah, it's more tolerable like this. Yeah. Maybe it would be nice if I... Well, they are supposed to desync slowly. So this one is every 6 seconds. And this one is every 10. How about I set this to... what would be nice? Let's make it this. Yeah, let's make it 13. And this one I will switch to 7. So it's harder for them to actually sync up. And let's see. Now I want to make these ones actually hurt. Let's see. Object turns. So we have a respawn time that we don't really need for the other one. I'll really hit this, interrupt this, and hit. I can just these ones. Let's place it over here. Description. This is for the respawn on the destroy. We don't need that. The cleanup we don't need. Cleanup. Step. Here we are checking if we are meeting with the player or the enemy parts. And then we make the attack. We hit another turns. We set the state to dying. Okay. Then we have the cooldown for the thingy, then the unburn that we don't care about. This is the damage. To spread the fire right here. Make the turns generate fast, but the cooldown between turns lower. So you mean the movement from one side to the other side of the screen is smaller and the other like bigger? Or what do you mean? I can use this on the step. Animation end, we are just destroying this. Okay, I think that should do the trick. Never mind, what do you mean? Come on, explain it to me. Now it's, oh, there we go. So that, we could speed this one up a little bit. Yeah. Ow, 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 ow. The cooldown between two turns spawning is good. You mean the whole row or just the single like cells? The knockback is too much. The whole row. Okay. Maybe I can lower... Should I lower the knockback? It's currently on 5. I could lower it to 3. For this one in particular. And the spawn rate for the whole row. Let's see. Right now the timer, that's for the spike, right? Not the thorns. Yeah, this is the thorns. Spawn delay is 15. I could drop it to 8 to make it more like fluid. And then it slowly decays. Now it's behaving a little bit weird. Yeah, you will be forced to constantly burn them. Yeah. Ah. I noticed that some of the thorns are really not like spawning. I think I know why that is. Yeah. The other attack that the boss has is we have a pea shooter. Basically, it's a flower that sprouts out with a little like cocoon that shoots like seeds, right? And if you manage to make a seed pass through fire, it catches fire and you can strike the seeds around. Yeah. That's another one. Let me see, I want to modify this one. We currently are like checking on the when we self-destruct, basically. We are checking here on the respawn time. Yeah. So let me see, on destroy, we are setting to cool down. So I could simply check here if instance exists of object underscore boss current respawn time equals to 0, so I don't have the issue where the turns don't spawn. Yeah. Let's see. The boss just stands on the top of the mirror area. Yes. In general, it does have one attack, however. Yeah, when one of the spikes hits the thorns, it causes the bug. It's probably an issue with the algorithm that handles the damage. Yeah. Ow. Ah. GG. The boss does have a specific attack. Basically, shit! I closed my thing. 1 second. Basically, it can do like a slam toward the middle like this to try to stun the player. Yeah. It's basically like an AoE in front of it. I was considering whether or not after the slam, if it should like do a swipe in different directions. Yeah. How do you avoid that? Well, when it like is going to attack, for example, if the boss is right here, I could set it that if it rises the root like this to attack, I will keep it off for a few seconds, and then it does the slam, and then it does the swipe, right? And I could have two variants where one does the swipe like this, right? And another one that does it like this. So if it rises like one of them, you know the slam is going to go here and then go like that. And if it rises the other one, it will hit here and then go like that way. So you have to like move to the safe area depending on which way the swipe is going. I could also set it so the swipe so it removes the remaining turns. Yes, I could do it like that. Yeah. It will be like a screen swipe. Yeah. Yeah, we will have the turns that go through the field like this. We'll have the pea shooters, right? The ones that shoot the seeds. And then we'll have the spikes that sprout from the ground. And we'll have the slam. Yeah. That's the idea. Okay, now that we have the piston and the spikes, how about we implement I'm checking with the rest of the team. I wanna do the picture next. It shouldn't be too difficult, I believe. Should we do it that it only go like in one direction? That could be an option. So we have the shooter object. Create object. Object flow or shooter. Actually, let's just call it seed. Seed shooter. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if I should make it like follow the player. I think it would be more convenient if we just do it horizontal or vertical. Yeah. So let's see. We could have a fire rate, right? And what else? We need to check if the player is like aligned with us. So we will check alignment. And that would be, I believe I saw a function that could be useful. When is it? Not here. Hold on. I saved it somewhere. Yeah, this one. Collision line. Okay. This one right here, collision line. So collision line, it's a start and an end. So it would be from our location to, depending on the direction we're facing. That would be our X2 and our Y2. And we will check in for the player. False. True. We're missing something. It returns what? An ID. Okay, bar found equals this. Let me check exactly the documentation. Returns object instance star or element ID. Okay. So if found is not no one, so we found something, right? Then we should, right? And we just say the direction. And the direction has to be depending on the direction. Do we need to actually like say a direction? Let me check the other projectiles. How did I program those? It just says if it drops something, checks the direction and goes, okay. There's some questions about. Okay, let me answer this message first because I don't want to left my team like hanging. Okay. Fuck, that scared me. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here I'm actually not like caring about the actual like shoot itself. I just give it like a direction, and that's good enough. So let's do that. So the shoot could be just created the instance and given in a direction. Entonces, that could be instance create xy depth comma you will probably join Game Jam with a simple game that can be made in a few days. You mean the Dockies Game Jam? Donkeyverse Game Jar? Or are you going to go to the Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam that is actually happening at the same time? Oh, Dockies, okay. I'm looking forward to see what you make. Yeah. Object underscore ink shoot just for the moment, so we can test, and bar underscore instance equals this, and we will set that direction to be our direction, right? That we set where we're going to attack, and the direction we're checking. So let's see. We need to compare the distance, right? If distance on X, if we're going to set our location minus the object underscore player. I'm missing a j.x, right? So absolute value between these two, and I will do the same for y. Okay. So if our distance in X is under 16, we will let me make this like that, and actually let me copy this, and we will make this regular distance. Because I think I'm going to need it. Remove the absolute, so we know in which direction the player is, and I can just change that. Yeah. Okay, so if the absolute is under 16, that means we are aligned vertically. So we will check if our distance here actually our distance on y is negative, that means the player is below us, so the direction we're flying is going to be down. else it has to be above us, so our direction will be up. We align vertically, we check if it's below or above us, and we shoot. Right? This is a vertical alignment. I don't know if that's written correctly, and I don't care. Horizontal alignment. If our distance on y absolute is under 16, it means we are aligned horizontally. So we check if our distance on x is under 0. That means our target is to the right. So direction dot right. Else our target is to the left. And there dot left. And then we just we don't actually need this. Huh. Interesting. I thought I was going to use that. We create the shoot. Right here. Let's make these variables actually a different thing. So we will equal to our current position. Equal to our current position, but we will change them. If it's down, we will add 32 to this one. If it's up, we remove it. If it's right, we will change the x. If it's left, we remove it. And then we use the values right here to shoot the depth. Let's just leave it there. Right, we have the shooter now. Let's give it a try. So the shooter, we have it right here. Shooter, and we will place it just randomly. How about here at the center of the room? Over here. Right? Currently it will be invisible because we didn't assign a sprite. But when we align vertically, it should react. It doesn't. Why is not reacting? Because I'm not calling the function. Lovely. You cannot join the jam sandwich between events. That's too bad. I thought it would be like kind of functional for you. I don't know how long your event lasts. Greater than a timer. We set f rate to 0. We call the function to check if we have the player inside. And if we can, we should. And our timer is going to be about 1 second. Okay. Now you get a complimentary breakfast. That's nice. Yeah. Ah, it crashed. Unknown object on the screen. Font from the. Okay. It's because I'm using testing, which I don't need anymore. I forgot about that. Let's see. Wait, no, hold on. We need a variable right here, actually. I check if the absolute on x is greater than 16 and what equal the absolute on y is also greater than 16. We just don't do anything, so it doesn't shoot. I forgot about that little check. Yeah. So it should be like shooting whenever we get a line. Well, it's shooting to the right. It doesn't seem to be shooting on the other direction. Ah, it does. It is shooting on the other direction. It does shoot down. Ah, that is nice. Maybe I should add like a higher amount of on the timer. Ouch! This is going to be pure chaos. You think so? Let's make this 180. Okay. And let's check again. It's not triggering. Huh. Oh. Wow, it pretty much one-shot me. There we go. Wow, there is this weird like cooldown to it. Ah. It is not shooting. Oh, never mind. It's actually shooting now. Maybe the region where it actually shoots is a bit small. That could be the problem. Yeah, maybe I should make it a bit bigger. Whoa, that was close. Oh. Ah, that's really nasty. Getting trapped like that. Oh. Yeah, maybe the condition is a bit too strict. That could be the problem. Because he does attack from time to time. It's just not like constant. I need to fix the fire, that's for sure. It's causing issues. Ouch. Yeah, I need to increase the area for the attack. That's for sure. Ah. Yeah, I need to fix the turns for sure. Oh, it's already time. Let me just fix the range. Let's make this yeah, let's just call it range. And let's set it to 32. And I will just set this here. So I don't have to check every time. Yeah. Let me do a quick check. Okay, that is triggering easier than before, apparently. Yeah, that triggered just fine. Oh. It seems like to the left is not like working correctly. We might need to fix that. To the right it's working fine, and down also. What if you try burning boss? Anything that is not... No, wait, that's actually a good question. I need to think about that. Okay, let us stop here for today. Yeah. The boss fight is like coming to really nicely. We're missing finishing this attack and the root slam. That would be like it. Yeah. It's very lively green. In theory, maybe you could actually burn it, but I'm not sure. I need to think about it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll think about it. Hmm. Hmm. I need to think about it. Yeah. Maybe I will just run the boss with thorns that don't like decay. That way you are forced to like do the whole like mini game to hit the boss. That could be an option. Yeah. Hmm. We will see. The boss is like coming along quite well. We just need to make the whole art for the boss.
So your weight doesn't have to tie to the FPS. Found the stream in my feed after participating in a game jam. Looks cool. Welcome Nem Nem.
Yeah.
Please enjoy the stream. Lag?
Lag. Okay, let's stop here for today. Thanks a lot for coming to the stream. Yeah, we will continue this on Thursday. Yeah. Okay, thank you for coming to the stream. Good night, bye bye. Good night, rest well. Buenas noches, que descansen. Good night, thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Bye bye, good night. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Found the stream in my feed after participating in a game jam. Looks cool. Hello. Yeah. Oh nice. Huh. Limao. Needs a vertical version for the vines. Or the intersections are FD. So do you need to make a cross-shaped thorns to replace the destroyed thorns? An impaling thorn from the ground? Buffering. Lag? Yeah. I tried opening another random stream, and it runs smoothly. Okay, we back. The Mexican government is onto you.
Let's see it in action. Double thorns? Wow. Crash? Nice.
F. Maybe there needs some immunity for the attacks, like it only registers actors with certain tags. Alright, your game is part physics puzzle. Know of any artists? It's hard because the thorns reduces the area where you can move to avoid the spike. So do you have to burn the thorns here? And some thorns burn forever. Once you fix the fire, you'll literally burn down the arena. Maybe make the thorns generate fast, but the cooldown between each thorn's lower. NVM. I think that's a good enough cooldown between two thorns spawning. The knockback is too much, I think. Yes, whole row. So you need to constantly burn them or you'll get trapped. So what other attacks does the boss have? Oh. So the boss just stands in the top mid area, F. How do you even avoid that? When it swipes, would it get rid of any remaining thorns? I see, so 3 attacks basically. Or 4, nice. It already seems more difficult than the wolf and previous bosses. Oh, I was going to ask whether the pea shooters track the player. Okay, Limao. I'll probably join Game Jam with a simple game that can be made in a few days. A clicker shooter where you shoot zombies. Yes, dokies. Oh wait, I can't really join the Game Jam. Sandwiched between events. I have another 1-week event next week, just like last week. Frown. The upside is that I get to eat complimentary breakfasts at a pretty nice hotel for a week. Pretty long cooldown. This is going to be pure chaos. How many pea shooters you plan on spawning? What if you try burning the boss? Oh, time alert. Well, if you can't burn lively thorns, that means you can't burn the boss, right? By lively I mean green. I see. Okay, good night everyone. Bye. Croissant emoji, rice cracker emoji, banana emoji, sun emoji, black star emoji, crescent moon emoji, croissant emoji. Good night. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.